This is Liquor and Wolves. Liquor and Wolves. Secrets and dope and music and reactions. Liquor and Wolves. I said liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Liquor and wolves. Secrets and dope and a German talking bullshit. Liquor and wolves. Fuck. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And we're live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls from all over the world. How are we doing tonight? This is Liquor and Woes. I'm Rob, and you guys are the greatest for being here. And it is a special night tonight, my friends. We've got a very, very special guest. And I would love to introduce you all to him, but everything, I guess, all you see is kind of a backside of him because he is going to remain a little of a mystery here on the channel. He's going to be, actually, you know what? He is making a reappearance on the channel because we have had him not on the channel per se, as in here with me in the studio, but you have seen him in my little bit on the Rammstein show that we went to together, introducing Mr. ZIGGY STARGAST.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
How are you doing, Mr. Stardust?
Yeah. All right.
That's awesome. So this is not only this is amongst the inner circle of really like not this is acquaintances and this is somebody you've known for a while. No, this is friends, and this is like the hardcore inner circle of friends. So I am honored to have you on the show. It's amazing. And Thanks. He chooses to remain anonymous. But what we'll do tonight, Mr. Stargast, is I will expose you to something called REN. You've never heard of REN?
Never.
How is that possible? How have you never heard of REN?
Because I'm like an old school guy, you know.
But
I don't know that shit.
But you are aware that there is an invention called YouTube.
I heard of it, yeah.
And on that invention, they show music videos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And sometimes music videos get a lot of views, and then everybody kind of sees them, right?
Is that so?
That is facts. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. So, Mr. Stargast and I have history. We've been working together even for many of years, being creatives in advertising. That's all I'm going to say. And of course, he is not someone that is just completely unconnected to what is going on in the interwebs these days. But apparently, stuff like this is just not in his bubble. So we are going to get a first time naked, never heard of, never seen, have no idea of REN and his track High REN. It's something I'm kind of stealing off of Black Pegasus's format, where he does what he calls the REN roller coaster and exposes people to 3 songs of REN, always being the first one being High REN, and then one of the other things. Because this artist, Mr. Stargast, is super versatile. You cannot pinpoint him. He's not this or that or this. It's like, what genre are you? And the answer is, I'm all over the place.
So he's like a Swiss Army knife of music.
He is holy shit. Isn't that a fucking smart way to put what REN is? He is a Swiss Army knife. That's facts. He's like, okay, I have a screwdriver, but I also have a sharp blade. I can unfold and fold. Like it's facts. And I'm super excited to expose my man to my man REN, and it's gonna happen right now. I think I'll give you 1 or 2 bullet points of background info on this. So what I want you to do, you guys, you've heard me say it, Mr. Stargast and I are from the general world of advertising. And being that and having been in it for 20, 25 years plus, we know a thing or two about production and how things are being made and what the background of things are that you see as the end result of a creative product. And so the 2 things I'm going to tell you about this thing is, so you see the thumbnail, right? That is REN. And it's him sitting there with his acoustic guitar in a room that is sort of neutral. The entire thing that you're about to see now has been produced and done and recorded 1 take. They did use multiple cameras, but what happened in front of those multiple cameras has been done once. And there was no additional takes on it. Of course, it took them 30, 35 times until they got the one where everybody was happy. But it is, in its entirety, not cut together from many, many takes. It is one thing that went all the way through. And you can see it here. His acoustic guitar is plugged. It has a It has a plug in it. And when we go into the actual video, you will see a clip mic here on his collar that the voice goes into. And that's one aspect I was going to tell you about. And the second aspect is I'm not sure how much I should go into depth with this info. The fact that we see him here in this hospital gown a little bit, right, has to do with the actual and real background of the artist, REN. He has been misdiagnosed for about 10 years and has just about like a year and a half found out that what's wrong with him is Lyme disease, which was caused from a tick bite, borreliose.
Mm-hmm.
And for 10, 12 years, people have misdiagnosed him and never found out that this is what's actually wrong with him. And they gave him all kinds of psychoactive pills and stuff because they thought it was mental health issues, what was causing all his physical symptoms. And taking all these pills that were actually not right for his condition gave him brain damage. So over the course of 10 years, he was mistreated basically with the wrong medication, only to find out what really is wrong with him is borreliose, Lyme disease.
Mm-hmm.
And his body suffered from it. He was hospitalized for 8 years. And the man has a struggle behind him. And
do you know what the actual diagnosis was?
I'm not sure what they misdiagnosed him with, but I think it wasn't just one doctor that said it's this and no discussion about it. He got a second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion. He is originally from the UK, from Wales. He is now in treatment in Canada, so he is hopping all over the world to get help for his condition. And one of the aspects of it is autoimmune disease, right? Your own immune system fights your own cells. And it is something that you will sit there and be in pain all day, all night, and you can't do anything about it because your own body cells think that your own mass is the enemy and eats away at it. And being hospitalized for all that time, constantly in pain. I guess it's a motive from Grant literature. The artist always has to suffer to be able to produce his maximum output. If that's a fact, we are seeing it here.
All right.
Okay, and maybe that's all I'm going to inform Mr. Stargast about on this one. Just background info for you guys. Of course, both of us are German. We're in Hamburg, Germany. And if at one point, because I spent years and years in the States and I'm sort of not natural, but firm in the English language. If there's a thing or two that Mr. Questionmark, Mr. Stargast isn't, getting at, the one term he's not finding, he's going to say it in German and I will translate for you guys. But we'll try to keep it as English as possible. All right. Are you ready to get into this?
Get it on.
Let's try, man. It's going to be fucking excited, man. All right, let's roll. As always, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it ring for a couple of seconds and check my audio levels, and then I will take you guys full screen. Let us roll. Hi, Ren. Here we go. One more thing, Mr. Stargast. If at any point you have anything to say, to point out, if you observe something that's interesting, if you have a question, do this. And I will hit pause immediately, and we'll talk about it.
All right.
Let's roll.
Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ren, on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? Been through this a million times. Your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place. And my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great. And when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy.
Was that a wink?
No, I
But
was just wondering what the diagnosis was.
You're still wondering about the diagnosis. Let's talk about what you're seeing creative music piece-wise. What's your thoughts on this?
Reminds me of multiple personality.
Mm-hmm. Multiple personality disorder, like schizophrenia a little bit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a psychiatrist, so I would say anything about it, but
try and talk it to the mic because
okay. That's my first impression. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's all. And I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with this guy.
So is there anything, just because I've given you the background info, this has been produced live, and first thing I observed, let's maybe talk about how, because I've seen this 1,000 times ever since, because it's giving me so much, but I'm not going to give away how important it is to me. The fact that it's just him and his guitar, and of course you realize it's multiple personalities, right? They're in, and they have a dialogue with one another, right?
Mhm.
And what he does, I think, is like just obvious in it is, so the aggressive devil side of him talks over here, and the very positive, calm side is like, hi, man. You know, so it's this left and right thing. What the first thought I had was like devil and angel on your shoulder, and you talk that way and you talk that way. Is that something you're seeing when I mention it?
Yeah, when you mention it, yes.
Mhm.
But the thing is, anytime I watch any videos or listen to music,
Mhm.
I never listen to the lyrics.
Oh.
Never.
Well, that's ideal then. Let's have you react to Ren then.
Yeah.
No, it's something.
I always in the first place I listen to the music.
Mm-hmm.
Even it's in English or in German. I never mostly I never mind the lyrics.
But here's a thought, because what we're gonna get, we're like at 239 out of 919. I can reveal now, we are gonna stay in this room, and the setup is gonna stay as it is. So, and also the guitar playing is gonna play how it's being played now. So maybe from now on in, try and let yourself in on what's being said. What do you think the dialogue they're having with one another is about here? Have you tried to follow it a little bit? Like what's the one saying and what's the other one saying?
No.
No? Do you think we should go back from the start so we get like general direction?
No, go on.
No, because it's important to realize that, of course, yes, you have said it. You have, of course, gotten the fact that this is multiple personalities that are at battle with one another, and it's a little bit here in this first part of the song. The one that really has a weird voice. It's like, "Hi there, Ren. It's been a little while. Did you miss me?" So he's more what you would call the evil, the one that's negative, and the one that's really calm that talks over here. "Hi there, Ren. I was gone for a while because my therapist told me I'm ill." And he's positive. He's like, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. So it's like, and you and I, we're creatives. We create stuff. We're artists in a way. It's the eternal inner dialogue inside yourself that goes, hey, this shit's not good enough. And the other one says, hey, I really like it. I think it's awesome. But no, this has been done before. It doesn't look like it's innovative and cool. But yeah, but the way I'm doing it is totally different. So it's this everlasting, eternal dialogue within people that create stuff. So maybe with this bit of background info, I would love to just go back to when the dialogue starts, because it's going to be something that will ring through the entire song.
Okay. Yeah.
And now with that little background info, I think you're going to be able to take more out of it. So this sing-sang at the start, remember this yodeling, this that is something I will just share what I thought when I first saw this. I thought it was some opera thing, because you know this Maria Callas thing of no words, just showing where you can go with your voice. Like, this is how high I can go, this is how low I can go. Did you make anything of it? Or was it like, what is that? Because that's something I don't know still. I have no clue what that does. Is it just because I can? Or does it have a higher purpose? Is there like a meaning behind it? Is it like a reference to an opera, Carmen Burana or whatever? I don't know what that does.
Well, I don't know.
I don't either. It's like, it could just be me overthinking it. It could just mean nothing. And it's just, look, this is what I can do. But I think for that, it's not great enough, right? It's not Maria Callas. He's not breaking glasses with his voice, right? It sounds cool, but doesn't it have a purpose somehow?
I don't know. Go on.
We'll do it. But keep that in mind, because it's going to reoccur at one point. All right, let's see what he has to say with this background info. It's the dialogue, the internal discussion in your own head. Is this good enough, or is this awesome, or like, it's been done before, blah blah blah.
Hi there, Ran. It's been a little while. Did you miss me? You thought you buried me, didn't you? Risky. Cause I always come back. Deep down, you know that. Deep down, you know I'm always in periphery. Ran on your pleased to see me. It's been weeks since we spoke, bro. I know you need me. You're the sheep, I'm the shepherd. Not your place to lead me. Not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me.
So this is the negative one, right? He's aggressive. He's like, it's not your place to be biting off the hand that feeds me. So he's kind of threatening him. He's like, I have the overhand here. I am the man. I decide what things are, right? And now we get the calm and positive facet of his soul that now speaks in a calm voice.
I ran. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself since my therapist told me I'm ill. And I've been making some progress lately, and I've learned some new coping skills. So I haven't really needed you much, man. I think we need to just step back and chill. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you?
This is important, I think. Ren, you sound more insane than I do. You think that those doctors are really there to guide you? So he's saying, I decide what's going on. I make the decisions here. Fuck those doctors. Fuck the pills that they give you. I am the one that makes decisions here, right? And it's like, it's something that is in me. I have experienced this. I'm like, fuck what everybody says. I make the decisions, right? So that's something I take out of it. Is there anything you think on it?
I don't really know. Sorry to disappoint you.
No, you're not.
I think I have to listen to this thing entirely.
Mm-hmm. And then go in it again.
How it develops.
All right, we will do just that. Let's roll. I'll give you a clue every now and then of what I'm thinking. But the cool thing about this is everybody takes away something different from it. I've seen 1,000 reactions to it, and I've seen 1,000 opinions on what it is. That's just what I'm making of it. And I cherish yours because this man lay out a problem or a situation to him, and you will get something that is well thought through as an answer. You may not like it, but you will get one that is legit and well thought through. So this is something I'm really keen on finding out whether or not he is in accordance with what I'm thinking. But I'll let it roll. Let's go.
Through this a million times, your civilian mind is so perfect to always being lied to. Okay, take another pill, boy. Drown yourself in the sound of white noise. Follow this 10-step program, rejoice. All your problems will be gone. Fucking dumb boy. Nah, mate, this time is different, man. Trust me. I feel like things might be falling in place, and my music's been kinda doing bits too. Like I actually might do something great, and when I'm gone, maybe I'll be remembered for doing something special with myself. That's why I don't think that we should talk, man. Cause when you're with me, it never seems to help. You think that you can amputate me? I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one. Split in two, that makes one. So you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not.
So that line, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. That is powerful, I think.
The whole situation reminds me of a movie I saw, I think 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recall that name. It was with one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's sons.
He has kids?
Yeah.
I never knew he had kids.
Yes.
But it wasn't John so-and-so.
It was I think I have to Google the title.
We'll find this out. I will super it into the end result video, the film he's talking
It was
about.
a great film, independent movie about a split personality.
Mm-hmm.
Very well made, very interesting, very touching.
Okay.
I have to Google it.
This thing, just this one line that's being said here. You gotta kill you if you want to kill me. So people with mental health issues, and of course it's somewhere around the realm of I'm sick. Something is wrong with me, because we see him in this hospital gown. He is being rolled in a wheelchair, and I've given you some of the background info on him being hospitalized for so long. This thought, when that voice is in me, the one that tells me you're nothing, you suck, you can't do anything right. You want to kill that voice, but if you do, you die with it.
Yeah. And that's the whole movie.
Okay.
I was talking about. That's all about the struggle between those personalities.
Right.
And it's very, very touching. It's
Right.
very well crafted, very well made.
And I think what he does here, because this is, I always say it's a stage play. It's a Theaterstück, really. It's not just a song. It's him sitting there, and he goes into roles.
Mhm.
He changes his voice. He changes the way he plays the guitar with whoever is speaking. He's giving us a stage play. And how he is able to bring across this struggle and giving us these two characters that have different voices. They sound different. They do different things. And then this line saying, you gotta kill you if you want to kill me. It's like he's just this asshole telling him, just kill yourself if you want to get rid of me. And I think that's something that a lot of people go through. And this is describing the situation. He's not giving you, like, what's the solution? How do we get out of this? But with that being said, and my putting it into the world of stage play, it's a one-man stage play for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than just a song or a music video. It deserves so much more respect for the creative piece that we're being given here, right? It's not just a dude with a guitar that sits in a studio and records a song that he's written. He's doing so much more with it. He gives us this, he goes into characters and he does this. And us being from production, like seeing what the lighting does. So this light flickers, and then we go into close-ups from here, close-ups from there. And here's something that you will not see first time seeing this. His right side earring has a cross in it. His left side earring doesn't. So it's things like this. It's good and evil. It's like angel and devil on your shoulder. It's this format of good versus evil within all of us. And he makes it his own by saying, this is my problem. I've been sitting there taking pills and blah, 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 blah. But it's something everybody, I think, can relate to. Everybody has these two sides in themselves that are at battle with one another, always. And us, as the person that these two are in, we decide who wins. Do we go on this side or do we go on that side? And I think it's a brilliant concept of his. Yes, it's been done before. It's been done many, many times. I just think it's being executed very innovatively.
It's very raw and stripped down.
It is stripped down to the bone.
Yes.
Totally. It's a dude with a guitar. And he is able to really give you a stage play a little bit. And let's see what comes out of it now.
Leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, you're
Let's
so
go
you
back a
see,
little
I'm
bit because I love this line. You gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. It's just evil.
me, I am you, you are me, you are I am we are one, split in two, that makes one, so you see, you gotta kill you if you wanna kill me. I'm not leftover dinner, I'm not scraps on the side. Oh, your music is thriving, delusional guy. Where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Wow, your Grammys ran nowhere.
Yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I never chase numbers, statistics or stats. I never write hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
So the bad one asks him, where's your top 10 hit? Where's your interview with Oprah? Where are your Grammys, Ren? Nowhere. And he is kind of, on the defense. He goes, yeah, but my music's not commercial like that. I'd never chase numbers, statistics, or stats. I don't write hooks for the radio. They never even play me. So why would I concern myself with that? And then he goes, my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And that's really all I want. I don't want to be a millionaire off of this. I don't need the fucking Chris and the fucking Ferraris and Lambos and all that shit. People who find it respect it. And that's something like, as an artist, not playing music, but you and I, we create stuff. And if you come to realize people who see what you have created, respect what you did, that's really the biggest honor you can have, right? It's like, I don't need $1,000 for what I did. I want people to read it, interact with it, and go, nice. And that's what he's saying. It's enough for me that people see my stuff and go, nice. And I love that. He doesn't need to get rich off of it. He just wants people to take it in, consume it, think about it, and go away from it. Wow. It's a good thing for an artist, I think. Agree?
Yeah, totally.
I'd say. Let's roll.
Respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this like the right hooks for the radio, they never even play me, so why would I concern myself with that? But my music is really connecting, and the people who find it respect it. And for me that's enough, cause this life's been tough, so it gives me a purpose I can rest in.
Man, you sound so pretentious. Ren, your music is so self-centered. No one wants to hear another song about how much you hate yourself. Trust me. You should be so lucky, having me inside you to guide you, remind you to manage expectations, provide you perspective. That thing you neglected, I get it. You wanna be a big deal, next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that, I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man, you're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song.
So this is, of course, super UK accent that he's speaking in. And my very first reaction to this is on my channel. And I caught, out of 100 words, I caught maybe 85. And this bit here, the last sentence he just said is, let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. So he goes, I'm going to break the fourth wall. I realize you're doing something, and I also realize people are sitting in front of their computer screens on YouTube consuming what you're doing. So he's breaking the fourth wall, addressing the song that is being done right now. And that is interesting what he has to say about this right now. You said earlier it reminds you of a movie with the kid of Schwarzenegger. First thing I was reminded of when I saw this, an Eminem song called Guilty Conscience, where you have his conscience being good and Eminem being evil. Like, I want to kill her. And he's like, don't kill her, man. They have kids, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to kill her. And he's like, no, please don't. You're going to go to jail. I am going to kill her. And he is going to actually reference this in his own song. The fact that it's been done before.
Could we make a small break here?
Yes, we'll do a break, of course.
Then I could Google that movie.
Let's Google the movie, and when we get back in 3, 2, 1, when we get back after the break, we're gonna have Mr. ZIGGY STARGAST talk about the movie he's referencing, because I don't even know what he's referencing. But we'll be back in 3. No, This is my fucking eye-hand coordination. I say 3, and I have one thumb going up. So let's do 3, 2, 1, and we're back as promised. Now, Mr. Questionmark, as in Ziggy Stargast. You have Googled this. What are we talking about?
Yes, I just Googled the movie I was talking about.
Yeah, it's the kid of Arnold Schwarzenegger, apparently.
It is with Patrick Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Patrick Arnold.
Yeah. Who is the bad guy in this movie? And the title is Daniel Isn't Real.
That's the title of the movie?
A movie by the director Adam Egypt Mortimer, an indie director.
All right, count of hands in the comments. Post a hands up emoji if you've heard of the film.
Yeah, the German title is pretty bad.
As always.
Der Killer in mir.
The Killer in Me.
The Killer in Me.
It's a lot easier on the ears, though, isn't it? But you've seen this like Fantasy Film Festival, or where did you see this?
At the Hamburg Fantasy Film Fest, which is an independent movie festival about horror movies, thrillers, and stuff like that. That sometimes go direct to DVD, or you never see them again in the movies.
This is a film nerd, by the way. So this is like if you're deep in the substance of B movies and something that is not everybody's knowledge, this dude will know it. Facts.
I don't think so, but
more than me anyway.
Thanks.
All right. So what you're saying though is the story of that film has something to do with the inner battle of good and bad within a person.
Yes, it's about a split personality and the struggle between those personalities, and it's very, very. I think it's very, very touching.
So without spoilering it, does one die at the end?
I don't want to spoiler it.
Okay, we know someone's gonna die. All right, without spoilering this though. So the last thing we've heard, and I really wanted to stop it because I think this is just artistically brilliant. What's referred to as the fourth wall, and breaking it within a piece of art is, the act of acknowledging the fact that you, as an audience, are consuming what I'm doing, and I address the fact that you are consuming what I'm doing right now, and I talk about what I'm doing right now, as opposed to just giving you a song and leaving the stage. Like, I don't know, welcome to the Hotel California, bye-bye, have a good night. I break the fourth wall by saying, welcome to the... And it's like, have you ever been to the Hotel California, by the way? It's a really cool thing. And you with the blonde hair over there, you must have been there. So I break the fourth wall. And he's announcing it. He tells us, let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. And he's now going to talk about this song. So that's going to be interesting. This is bad Ren, like evil Ren, that talks right now.
Big deal. Next Jimi Hendrix, forget it.
Man, it's not like that.
Man, it's just like that. I'm inside you, you twat.
No, it's not, man. You're wrong. When I write, I belong.
Let me break the fourth wall by acknowledging this song. Ren sits down, has a stroke of genius. He wants to write a song that was not done previous. A battle with the subconscious. Eminem did it.
Played on guitar.
Plan B did it.
Man, you're not original, you criminal rip-off artist. The pinnacle of your success is stealing other people's material.
Ren, mate, we've heard it all before. She sells seashells on the seashore.
So... evil Ren, bad Ren, like demotivating Ren, tells him,
mocking him.
Yeah, he's like, it's been done before 1,000 times. Eminem did it. And he goes, yeah, but did he do it on guitar? And he goes, Plan B did that. So all you're doing is just recycling shit that's been done before. And it's something that's within us as creating artists or people. There's this voice inside you that sometimes goes, actually, if I'm honest with myself, I am kind of stealing this. It's been done before. I'm saying it differently, but the core idea of it, I've seen it before. And the fact that he acknowledges this and tells us as the audience, it's been done before, man. Eminem did it. Yeah, but not this way. Yeah, Plan B did it this way.
And is it good enough?
Yeah.
Is it like Jimi Hendrix style?
Right.
Is that top notch?
Right. It's like I play the guitar.
Can you do it? Is it worth it?
Right. And it's like at one point you're always going to somehow copy something. because you're not going to reinvent the guitar, the instrument. Stuff has been done on a guitar before, right? So you're not going to reinvent that. So, like, what's really new in this world that has never been done before in this specific fashion? I don't think there is anything that is new and has never been done before.
Picasso.
Yeah, but I mean, somebody just slapping paint at a fucking canvas. My kid did that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, there's always going to be this voice that goes, this isn't original. Somebody has done this at one point. And I think this goes for artists especially. I don't think, like, not putting down the craft of auto mechanics, but you're not going to ask yourself at the end of the day, if you're an auto mechanic, has anyone ever screwed this screw in the way I have done today? It's not part of your thought process. But as somebody who creates and aspires to do something innovative, you're always going to ask yourself that at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just, I find it amazing for an artist in his piece of art to address the fact that he's always going to question if this is actually new and cool and innovative or not. So that's something I wanted to point out. So don't be scared. We're going to leave this world of back and forth now. We're going to stay in the format, but something's going to change. Let's go.
Fuck you, I don't need you, I don't need to hear this. Cause I'm fine by myself, I'm a genius. And I will be great, and I will make waves, and I'll shake up the whole world beneath us. That's right, speak your truth, your fucking God complex leaks out of you. It's refreshing to ask for you, say it instead of downplay it.
Music is all about the creative process, and if people can find something to relate to within that, then that's just a bonus.
Fuck you, I'ma fucking kill you, Ren.
So he goes, you're always you use that as an excuse. Music is really just about the creative process, and if people can find something within that to relate to, then that's just a bonus. You're making excuses for the fact that nobody is celebrating your song. Because if it went big and got a #1 hit, then yes, that's a successful song. If it's not, you're always going to justify, I did this for me and not for the audience. It's just, writing my music is to please me. And if somebody else likes it, that's good, but it's really just a bonus. And it's something we do too, right? When we write a very creative campaign and it doesn't get prizes all over the world, we're like, well, it's really not about the prizes. It's about having done something that you are happy with. We don't do stuff for the festivals. You know what I'm saying? You're going to justify that it didn't get prizes by saying it's not about the prizes. Can you relate to it? I totally agree. I'm like, you want it to get prizes, but if it doesn't, you're like, it's never been about the prizes. You see what I'm saying?
I've never been about those prizes.
That's true. That's true.
I've never been that kind of guy. I really was happy when my work was awarded with some awards and prizes.
It's not why you did it, though.
But I see many things that are like zeitgeist deep stuff.
Yeah. And get the prize because it is something.
Yeah.
It is just a sign of the time.
So it's very a broad decision between what is good and what is like zeitgeist.
Yeah. Is it honoring the fact that it's creatively great, or is it something that needs to be awarded because it is something that pops right now? And he's doing this with he uses the Grammys. Like, do I get a Grammy? No. But stuff that gets a Grammy is like, probably let's gender everything, and it's not a hard measurement how many CDs did it sell. It is somebody's opinion whether or not it gets a Grammy.
Yeah, but now I think we have a bit of a game changer, like YouTube. When you have many impressions and views. So the question is, what is success?
Yeah, facts.
Do you have many Grammys?
And 0 views on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
This, I don't know.
I agree. I said this in my original reaction to this. You don't have to have the goal of I want to win Grammys. You should have the goal I want to reach as many people out there as possible and expose myself and my art to the people. And having 200 million views on your stuff is way more indication of relevance than a Grammy, right? So I totally agree with what you're saying. There's this new way of distributing your content than the old way of, here's a record company and it's going to do the distribution. It's going to put up posters. It's going to do like the whole internet thing and it's going to promote the shit out of your shit. But it just, how successful it is really depends on how much money is being put into it. And this, what you're saying, YouTube being this new outlet of distributing your own stuff and have the people decide if they like it or not, and not the money that you push into it. It's really it's a game changer for sure. And it is also a much more fair award, if you will, to see 200 million views as opposed to 200 million CDs sold, because it has a big ass campaign behind it, right? I totally agree. I agree. But let's see.
Fucking kill me then, let's fucking have you, Ren. I'ma do it, watch me prove it. Who are you to doubt my music? Cause I call the shots, I choose if you die. Yeah, I call the shots and so I choose who survives. I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside.
This, you see the little arrow at the middle of the timeline down here, right? That is about exactly the half of the song. And something is happening here within Ren. He goes into this, it's like a demon leaves him. It's like an exorcist kind of thing, right? And this is a turning point within the song. That's all I'm going to say. But worry not. It's not going to continue the way that it has been going along up until here. Let's go.
Who survives? I'll tie you up in knots when I lock you inside. Newsflash. I was created at the dawn of creation. I am temptation. I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin, with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, father of lies. Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, deceitful pretender, the banished avenger, the righteous surrender. When standing in front of my solar eclipse, my name is stitched to your lips. So you see, I won't bow to the will of a mortal, feeble and normal. You wanna kill me? I'm eternal immortal. I live in every decision that catalyzes chaos, that causes division. I live inside death, the beginning of end. I am you, you are me, I am you, Ren.
Thoughts on this?
I like the lighting.
Yeah.
Lighting.
Production side, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the tones he's bringing out of this guitar.
I call it cacophony.
Yeah. Cacophonia.
Cacophonia.
I don't know.
I'm not even sure if that's an English term. The syllable kak in German is shit. So what we're saying is shitophonia.
I think it's just
shitophonia.
Coincidence.
No, what I'm saying is it goes into this, everything is on full blast and not caring about melody anymore. It's just weirdness at maximum level, right? And he goes up the fretboard like a it's like the drama curve goes up, and he uses all these names for what he is, right? I am the snake in Eden. I am the reason for treason, beheading all kings. I am sin with no rhyme or reason. Son of the morning, Lucifer, Antichrist, Mephistopheles, father of lies. Like, he gives himself all these names that, when you look at them, all of them describe what? The snake in Eden, Mephistopheles, Antichrist, father of lies. Like, all these names.
This is pure evil.
Exactly, right. So this is, in the first part, we got a conversation, a back and forth, a good Ren, a bad Ren, a good Ren, a bad Ren, a good Ren, a bad Ren, and now this, I think, in my opinion, this is the solo part of evil. And it's leaving the REN aspect. This is not talking about REN anymore and how his songs are not successful and how he's copying everything. This is, you said it right, pure evil, telling us what it is. Father of lies, Mephistopheles, truth in a blender, the deceitful pretender. And it goes into cacophonia at the end. It's like everything is just weird and not harmonic anymore. It's just disharmony. And this breakpoint here is, again, what do you think is going to happen next?
I think this, what my expectation is the point of catharsis.
Catharsis
Yes.
is a good word. Wow. Let's explain to the viewers. What's catharsis?
It's like cleaning yourself from all evil and be a good person.
That's why this dude is my man. You don't know how happy I am with what he just said.
So this would be my expectation.
Expectation, yeah.
Expectation. I don't know what's going on.
It makes sense in the song format too, though, right? Get back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Solo part evil. Of course, what comes now is going to be solo part good. And getting ready for some shit. This is the part that always gets me. It leaves me in tears every time.
Hi, Ren. I've been taking some time to be distant. I've been taking some time to be still. I've been taking some time to be by myself, and I've spent half my life ill. But just as sure as the tide starts turning, just as sure as the night has dawned, just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm.
So, just as sure as the tide starts turning. Ebbe, Flut. Just as sure as the tide starts turning. Just as sure as the world continues to turn. And then he goes, just as sure as the rain falls, soon you will be dry when you stand in the eye of the storm. So he goes, just face it. It's going to rain, yeah, and you're going to get wet, but just be in the fucking eye of the storm, and then you'll be dry pretty soon. Just face it.
And it's calm.
Right.
It's calm in the eye of the storm.
Absolutely. It's like, it's threatening, it's dangerous, it's chaotic. But if
Around
you're at the
you,
center,
around you.
exactly. But if you're at the center of it, have the balls to go right in the center, and that's actually where it's the safest, right? So face your fear. Brilliant.
Just as sure as the rainfall soon runs dry when you stand in an eye of a storm. I was made to be tested and twisted. I was made to be broken and beat. I was made by his hand, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And you know me, my will is eternal. And you know me, you've met me before. Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor.
This is important. He just said, when I did this, what I meant was he's getting up. He goes, it's all part of his plan that I stand on my own 2 feet. And then he gets up and he stands on his own 2 feet. And then he goes, and you know that my will is eternal. Mein Wille ist für immer. And you know me, you've met me before. And he goes by many names also. Remember in the bad part, he rattles off all these names that people know him as. Mephistopheles, father of lies, Lucifer, son of the morning.
Reason for treason.
Exactly. I am sin with no rhyme, blah, blah, blah. So he gives us all these names that he's known as. And now he goes, I go by many names also. And he's going to give us all the names that this other side is known for. And now comes the line that I'm not going to give and reveal to you. And I'm sure you will catch it. When you hear it,
Not so sure about that.
when you hear it, you're going to be like, holy fuck. Just listen.
Face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope.
Did it get you?
The voice that what?
Some people know me as hope.
Yeah.
Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose of the rope. This. So you have your head in the noose already. It's tightened. You're on the chair, and you're just about to get off the chair, and then you hear this little thing called hope. And you're like, maybe this isn't a good idea after all. And you get out, you loosen the noose on the rope and get back out of it. When I heard that line, I'm like, holy shit.
Play it again.
I will. And before that, he said, I go by many names also. Some people know me as Hope. And I see a lot of reactions to this where they catch that line and jump to the conclusion, this is Hope talking. No, this isn't just Hope. Before it, he says, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. That's the sun. I rise in the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And then he goes, some people know me as Hope. And then he says, some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. So it's not just Hope. It's way more than that. And I'm like, what in the fucking fuck?
Before, face to face with a beast, I will rise from the east and I'll settle on the ocean floor. And I go by many names also. Some people know me as Hope. Some people know me as the voice that you hear when you loosen the noose on the rope. And you know how I know that I'll prosper? 'Cause I stand here beside you today. I have stood in the flames that cremated my brain, and I didn't once flinch or shake. So cower at the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs, that I won't retire, I'll stand in your fire, inspire that me to be strong. And when I am gone I will rise in the music that I left behind. Ferocious, persistent, immortal like you, we're a coin minted different side.
Ferocious, persistent. We're a coin with two different sides.
I like that part because this is the first time he changes the entire voice and song and singing.
Absolutely.
Because there is hope. It goes on. It goes further. Yeah.
And it puts you in
there is a break.
It puts you in a state of mind that allows you to sing because you have hope. When everything is depressing and fearful and just what's going on, you won't sing. But once you flick that switch, there's hope. I think there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
It allows you to
and it allows you to sing and express what you want.
Exactly.
The way you want to do it.
The fear is gone a little bit because there's hope. You know, and that line he says, he asks us, you know how I know that I'll prosper? Also, weißt du, woher ich weiß, dass ich das schaffen werde? Weil ich immer noch hier bin. Ich hätte längst weg sein können. So he goes, you know how I know that I'll prosper? Because I stand here beside you today. I could have been gone so many fucking times. The fact that I'm here, I have already won this battle. This battle is shit for me. Fuck the battle. I have won the battle already because I am here still. I could have been dead so many times, but no, I'm here. And that's how I know I will prosper. And that's something I'm like, holy shit, dude. That's just, it's so inspiring because, of course, you know my personal stuff that's been going on in the last, let's say, 2 to 3 years. And there has been instances in which, in hindsight, I could look back at them and I was like this close to, here's a good opt-out. Let's just end it. That's it. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do this anymore. Fuck this. I'm gone. But no, the fact that I'm here,
I'm glad.
I have already won this battle.
I'm glad you didn't do it.
And that gives me so much, not hope, but just it assures me that I can beat this because I have beaten the worst part of it already. It's behind me. I'm still here. When I was the most down, like the lowest I could have been, I beat that. I'm still here. I could have been gone then. And shit, if I made it through that, fuck. Like, what else are you gonna just bring it on? Fuck you. I'm just fuck you. I've been,
come on, Mephisto.
Exactly. It's like Mistopheles. Fuck you. It's like, what are you gonna say to me? Like, I've been through the valley of death and I made it out, and I'm still here. Fuck you. The worst is behind me. There's nothing worse in front of me. The bad part is through with. And I love the fact how he puts this. It gives everybody this, you know what? That one thing I am still suffering from that happened a year, 2 years, 10 years ago. I don't know, loss of my mother, being left by a loved one, whatever it may have been in your past that you're still suffering from. Yeah, it still hurts. But the fact that you're still here, you have the worst behind you already. The bad thing, the point where it's life or death is way behind you. You would already be gone. You have beat that shit. It's like, I know I'll prosper because I'm here. Fuck you. That's the thing. I'm like, that gets me every time. I love it. I love it so much. I wanted to share this with you because I know you appreciate it, given the language barrier, but no, you are doing great. And it's a little egoistic of mine because I take so much out of it to expose you to it and be like, hey, please agree with what I'm saying. But I think it does a little something to you as well. And if you decide to check it out later in your own bed tonight and give it a second listen, I'm sure you'll be like, holy fucking fuck.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Let's let this ring through to the end because he does something that's weird as well after this. Just real quick, production side of this. We heard the cacophonia at the end of the bad part, right? It's like everything is at full blast and you're like, this isn't harmonic anymore. This here, everything goes crazy. The lighting, the camera, the cuts, we go back and forth, like close to wide, camera shaking and everything. When everything was really, we're on tripod here, on tripod here, on tripod here, on tripod here. And now even the production of it goes crazy. It's just something that I see.
Yeah, but after this catharsis, he's free to be like, as you said, the Maria Callas style.
Yeah.
He's free.
He's also free of, like, are people gonna like this? He doesn't care. He's just gonna fucking do it. He doesn't care if we like it anymore. Like when the bad dude goes, no one wants to hear this shit. He's like, I don't care if you want to hear it. I'm gonna do it regardless because I want to. And he's like, fuck everybody. I'm gonna do this. And if you don't like it, watch the next video, you know? Okay, this is important. So here we see production angle of it, everything. He unplugs the guitar.
When I was 17 years old.
Before he starts to actually talk about what he is going to talk about.
And breaking the fourth wall.
Again, right? He talks to us. We are the viewers. He's like, I'm going to explain something to you watchers out there. But no, what I was getting at, I'm going to point it out over here. Here's a lens flare, here's a lens flare, here's a lens flare, and there's a lens flare. So it's, how do we get lens flares when we're filming you like this? We don't. Why do we get lens flares? Because there's a glass wall between the camera and him. So what they did was they built kind of a glass cage. Only the wall in the far back is an actual wall, and the one on the left and the one on the right. But the one we are behind, the camera is behind us, as the audience are behind, is glass. So as we're filming this is one of the close-up cameras that picks up close-ups, and they cut from this to the wides, and everything is behind this glass wall, which is why we're getting lens flares, which we wouldn't get if I was just filming you. I wouldn't get a lens flare, right? If there's a glass between us, I would get one. And this is just production, but yeah, it's interesting. So he goes, when I was 17 years old, and then he continues his story.
When I was 17 years old, I shouted out into an empty room, into a blank canvas, that I would defeat the forces of evil.
And for the next 10 years of my life, I suffered the consequences. With autoimmunity, illness, and psychosis. As I got older, I realized there were no real winners and there were no real losers in psychological warfare. But there were victims and there were students. It wasn't David versus Goliath. It was a pendulum, eternally swaying from the dark to the light. And the more intensely that the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast.
So, the first part of this, when I was 17 years old, I shouted into an empty room onto a dark canvas that I would defeat the forces of evil. I'm like, what are you saying, Ren? What does that mean? And I'm like, you're not a superhero. This is my pledge. I will always fight for the good and defeat the forces of evil. No, that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is he made the decision when he was 17 years old, and his condition that I told you about, something's wrong with me. And nobody could really diagnose what's wrong with him. He decided he would fight the forces of evil in him. Something's wrong with me, and I'm just going to fucking fight it. I'm going to tackle it head on. And then he goes, and for the next 10 years, I paid the price. Because he was fighting against something, not knowing what it actually was. And then 10 years later, he gets diagnosed, it's Lyme disease.
Not knowing what the enemy...
Who the enemy is.
Was.
Right. He's like, okay, this part of my body hurts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the fucking gym and train it. No, that's not. It's a symptom.
Makes it much more harder. If you don't know, if you don't can tell what the enemy is, it's much more different to fight it.
It's a losing battle, really. You get all these symptoms. So I throw up a lot. So what I'm going to do is I will eat just raw bread. But that's not going to cure the issue, right? So you decide to fight it, which of course is a good decision, right? I'm not going to lay down and die. I want to fight it. But if nobody ever tells you this is what's actually wrong, you're only going to fight the symptoms, right? I have a headache. Let's take a pill. My hands are shaking. I need more vitamin C. I don't know. My back is hurting. So what I'll do is I'll go to the gym. But it's not something that actually cures the cause, right?
Yeah, you have to name the demon.
It's so well put. So well put. It's us copywriters, and he's like, holy fucking shit. Yeah, truth. So, but this is important to know that he decided to fight something he doesn't even know who this enemy is, right? And he pays the price for that by doing all kinds of things, taking all kinds of pills against individual symptoms. I have a headache, I take this pill. My eye is starting to flicker, I take that pill. I don't know, I only shart liquids, I take that pill. But nothing is actually going against the cause of the whole thing for 10 fucking years. And then he says, it was never a battle for me to win. So, ich konnte diesen Kampf gar nicht gewinnen, weil ich nicht wusste, wer mein Gegner ist. So it wasn't David versus Goliath, nicht David gegen Goliath. It was a pendulum. Es war ein Pendel, das heute gut und morgen schlecht ist. And then he says, and the more that the light shone, also je heller es war, the darker the shadow it cast. Also wenn es heute toll ist, wird es morgen krass schlimm. This is just German back and forth real quick, because I think it's important to actually understand this. And he's going to come to a conclusion now that is so beautifully put copywriting-wise, and you're going to fucking pull the freak over this, I know. It's like, okay, dear listener, if you want to take something out of this, the whole thing that I just did, it's this. And I'm going to just play it and then talk about it with you.
That the light shone, the darker the shadow it cast. It was never really a battle for me to win. It was an eternal dance. And like a dance, the more rigid I became, the harder it got. The more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the more I struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax.
So what he's doing is he says, it is not like a boxing match where you win or you lose, or you beat it or you don't. It's a dance. And the more rigid I became, also je mehr ich mich versteift habe, desto komplizierter wurde dieser Tanz. And the more I cursed my clumsy footsteps, the harder it got. Also, und je mehr ich mich darauf konzentriert habe, 2 nach links, 1 nach rechts, 2 vor, zurück, Pirouette, desto mehr hat sich das verkrampft. And then I got older and I learned to relax. And you know my background story of fighting something that is not an actual opponent that I can take, that I can actually beat. Like my hand hurts, I will cut it off. Or, you know, it's not something that you can actually grip and fight because it's up here.
What he is talking about is when he talks about dancing, it's embracing. This is your partner.
Yeah, it will be there.
It's some kind of partner. You have to accept it. You have to learn not to fight it, but to dance with it.
Accept it.
And dancing means to deal with it.
Absolutely. It means coping with it. It's going to stay. And if you just continue to try and fight it, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. If you understand that's something, it's going to be with you, and you said it right, embrace it and dance with it, and don't cramp up. It's not, you don't have to do the moonwalk. Just, you know, go back and forth a little bit with it. You don't have to do figure skating on the ice. It's just, it's going to be there. Accept it. And the more you let yourself in on it, the more you accept, okay, today we're going to do this, tomorrow we're going to do this, the easier it's going to get. And taking this out of it, instead of, like in the first part, he said, I decided to fight it. It's me against you. It's not going to work. Accept it, embrace it even, and dance with it. And don't try to do the most complicated, beautiful dance. Just, it could be just back and forth. It could be pogo dancing for some of us.
Yeah, you don't have to aim for any award shows.
10 out of 10, right?
Yeah. Oh. But it's if it feels good, or better, even better,
easier, better.
I think. Well, this would be a progress.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because realizing that the fight doesn't help. No, it even makes it worse. And then turning to decide it's going to be there. And if I continue to fight it, we're just both going to, it's just going to be exhausting and not going to help. So I'm going to accept it and just dance with it. And we'll find some kind of middle ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a brilliant way to put this. And now what he's going to say is, he's going to reference what happened at the start of the song. This ability of us humans to dance with our inner demons, it makes us different from actual angels, demons, and gods. Because a demon doesn't dance. It is on the bad side. It's undisputable, no discussion, bad. Angel doesn't dance. It is good. They don't dance. They are what they are. But us humans, we have the ability to dance, to be here for a while, to be over there for a while, and to be like, we can dance with the whole thing. And that is just a brilliant picture, I think.
Struggled. So I got older, and I learned to relax, and I learned to soften, and that dance got easier. It is this eternal dance that separates human beings from angels, from demons, from gods. And I must not forget, we must not forget, that we are human beings.
And that's how this thing ends.
I'm just about to crying in tears, but because those last sentences were this is very touching, because dancing is such a unique art form. This is so human. It's such a intrinsic way to have fun. For humans.
Absolutely.
You don't need to have sports or something.
Yeah.
This is just fun.
Yeah, it's as little as just doing this. It's
Even
not, it's not dancing.
even
but
little kids, when you see
they would do this.
little kids to
Yeah.
some hip hop beats or
It's
something,
natural.
it's such a natural
Yeah.
movement they're striving to have fun.
Absolutely. And kids have no idea how something is supposed to be danced
Yeah.
to. They will hear music and they'll hear a rhythm, and automatically their body's going to be like, they have no idea what you're supposed to do and follow footsteps and count 1 2 3 1 2 3. No, they'll just vibe to the beat. And that is like for anything you do in life. We like off camera, we discussed something like in relationships. Someone is together with another one. It's also dancing a little bit. You dance towards someone sometimes. Sometimes you will go to like into your own corner and they will follow you into your corner. It's an eternal dance. And
The moral of the story
Yeah.
is we all should dance more.
and like, don't cramp. You don't have to moonwalk. Just vibe with the beats of your current state in life. If it's rave right now, do this. And if it's sexy and romantic, just be, you know, no one's judging how good or bad you dance. Just dance, right?
Or if you feel like me, you just do the Spacken dance.
Sit at the bar and get a beer. All right, so this was REN. What I'll do now, Mr. Questionmark, a.k.a. ZIGGY STARGAST. This is, of course, a super heavy piece of art. And I know like from the bottom of my heart, you can appreciate this. But what I'll do now is I'll expose you to one more thing that's just 2.5 minutes long. And that's the other side of REN. And you are going to go nuts. So, REN is not only REN, the solo artist, he also has a band that's called The Big Push.
Let me
Clear my throat. No, we're not breaking. It's going to be over soon, I swear.
No.
I thought that was what you were going to say.
I was impressed by the rhymes he did, and the rhyme schema.
Rhyme scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something I would to add.
Absolutely. I don't want to cut you off on anything we've just seen with the song REN. I think there is so much.
This was like good rapping.
There's even rap in it, isn't there? I
Yeah.
feel it's to a point rapping, and then when he goes into "And cower the man I've become when I sing from the top of my lungs," the boy has a voice. Holy fucking fuck! Because that's something I'll expose you to now. He is not only like I've said this at one point. The German word is Barde,
Yeah, but you have to.
and he can rap as in talk.
You listen to that or you watch that video with all kind of stuff we were talking about. But I appreciated the technique. He was singing and rhyming.
Absolutely. And knowing the background of this being a one take, and him being the only musician with just his guitar, what he's able to produce with his voice, his guitar, and his making characters out of it, and it's a stage play. And yes, there is rapping in it, there is singing in it, there is acting in it, and there's also the last part. I think is really spoken word poetry. He's talking about his life, but it's kind of spoken word poetry. It is this eternal dance that separates humans from angels, from demons, from gods. That's not just him talking his shit like you and I would be talking like on the couch. It's spoken word poetry.
Yeah,
I think.
I totally agree.
And it's like it shows his bandwidth of what he's able to do. And now him and his band, The Big Push, they're a 4-piece. So it's REN, it's a second guitar, and it's a bass, and it's a drum. And what they do is they don't play live shows in a club and sell tickets. They go busking. Have you ever heard the word busking?
Nope.
It's a very UK term. Busking, it means street musicians. Just play in the streets. And that's what they do. And they have they do a mashup of, you can see it here, I Shot the Sheriff, Road to Zion, at the Police, and hip hop. You remember Dead Press? Hip hop is bigger than hip. You will be fucking blown away, because in this one, Ren is going to give us his ability to sing. I'm going to check my volumes a little bit here before we go full screen, but be ready to get your mind blown. Yeah, we're good. Play that thing. Ready.
You sit all around in my hometown. People try to track me down. For a crime that I did not commit. Yes, if for a murder of a deputy. Say for a life of a deputy. But I said,
So from Ren being the artist that we saw in the hospital gown giving us this stage play to physical proof that the man is able to fucking play some music, right? And I just love this because, you know, of course, ZIGGY STARGAST over here knows that I play in a band and we do live shows, and it's just seeing this, it just massages my soul, and he sings it so nicely. It's just, what can you not do, right? It's awesome. And we're going to get some shine on, so between the two over here, this is his hand, this is the bass, of course, and back here, I called him Sir Sock because he has these long skater socks on. He's going to give us a solo where you're like, whoop.
I said, Sheriff John Brown, that man hated me. For what, I just don't know. Whenever I would try to plan to see, he would say, kill it before it grows.
Real quick observation. Look at the crowd. The people that are there in the street live in when this happened. I said there's 2 guys max and the rest is all females. So I'm thinking, what are you thinking on this? Let's not make this a sexist thing, but do you think these guys, the members of the band, are lonely much? I doubt it.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I really doubt it.
I doubt it because.
He would say, kill it before you cry. But I said, because I'd be said, I did not shoot no deputy.
Little fuck up there.
But I swear it was in self-defense. Hey, give it up for Remain Oxygen,
Here we go.
please, please.
This is amazing. Listen. Alright, so that's the one thing I wanted to expose you to. Thoughts.
Thoughts, totally. First thought that came to my mind was this reminds me of a version of a former, very early Police song. Police came from punk and reggae.
Ska, punk, reggae, yeah.
And they had with Stuart Copeland, which who's one
Get
of
the
my
knowledge on this man.
one of my very favorite drummers.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best drummers in the world.
Rest in peace, by the way. He's dead, isn't he?
No, he isn't.
Oh, sorry, my
No,
bad.
he
No, my
isn't.
bad, my bad, my
Not-
bad.
no.
Neither is Sting.
Not
He's
at all.
alive.
Not
No.
at all. He is. I follow him on Facebook, and he's
Okay, we're old farts. We're still on Facebook and not TikTok.
And this really reminds me of because of his voice.
Uh-huh.
Is his very high pitched voice of a early Sting.
Yeah.
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 I
It's-
like it, but it is in comparison to the Police. Police were a bit faster.
That's true, but the next thing, of course, Road to Zion is a Police song. Do you know the original by the
No.
Police, Road to Zion?
No.
And they do their own thing with it a little bit, but we're not going to go that far because I think the video is already 2.5 hours long. But maybe I'll have you back on the show and I'll show you what other things he goes into. Because this man, okay, like what genre do we put Ren in? I have an individual genre for him, and it's called All Over the Place. Because he goes all over the fucking place. With his band, The Big Push, he'll do this stuff. They have a cover of Manu Chao's King of the Bongo.
Okay.
They have a cover of Englishman in New York. So they do this. They have their roots being UK, somewhere in this ska-ish, punkish, reggae-ish world when they do their shit as a band. And
Englishman in New York was just Sting.
Yeah.
Without the Police.
Oh yes, okay, hard facts. This dude is just so knowledgeable. It's unreal. But no, that's why I know you'll appreciate it when we get back together and do something else on their from their catalog. But you have to promise me, don't look them up on YouTube before you come back on the show. Don't consume their stuff beforehand.
Yeah, I'd be happy to be once again
You will
here.
for sure be back. But no, what I'm thinking on this one is, this is busking in the street. This isn't, people have paid 20, 15, 25 euros to get into your show, and you know they're going to be there and celebrate what you do regardless how good you are. This is people that can just, if they don't like you, they will just walk away. They don't pay fucking money to see you. And the fact that you, as a street musician band, are able to generate this, holy shit, how many times has this happened to you? In like fucking Mönckebergstraße, there will be like one person that's actually good and that will capture you and be like, okay, I'm going to stay. I'm going to just see what he has. It doesn't happen a lot.
No.
Right?
No, absolutely not.
And I think like when there's magic moments like this, it's like, holy shit. That's a band that's actually, it deserves to be recognized as this band sort of touches people.
Yeah.
It proves in the fact that there's people staying, right? And it's just one of the other facets that Ren and his band, in this case, The Big Push, can go into. And it's a totally different way of approaching a song, right? Of course, it's a cover. It's not their song. But the Ren that we saw in the wheelchair with his acoustic guitar and doing this art piece, and this Ren just his ability to capture people with a song, and like when the very first words, yeah, I sit all around in my hometown. I'm like, this must be like Bob's reincarnation, right? It sounds so fucking nice, so good, like on the ear. You're like, oh. So maybe I'm overhyping this a little bit, but I love it so much. So what we're gonna do, folks, if you liked what you see, give us a. So what emoji do we want? Avocado? Like put a H in the comments, just a H, if you want to see Mr. Questionmark, aka Ziggy Stargast, back on the show. It's gonna happen regardless. I don't care what you post. It's going to happen. That's for damn sure. But if you like what you see, still leave a like, leave a sub, leave a comment, and Mr. Questionmark, aka Ziggy Stargast, thank you for being here. It was a pleasure having you here and exposing you to this. Any final thoughts? What is the term? Famous last words.
Well, this was the first time I ever did that kind of stuff. It was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I could add some thoughts to that, even if I was a little bit.
You know how good you did? I mean, language-wise, holy fuck. There was like,
I don't know.
Even I'm like, there is no need to correct anything. There is no need to, like, people are not going to understand what you're getting at. No, you did great.
One time I said it wrong. Expectation.
Yeah, you said expectation, I think, and I said
Yeah,
expectation. It
yeah.
doesn't, like, no one's going to...
Shame on me.
Guys, do you care? Do you care? No one's going to fucking care. But here's an idea, though. Here's an idea.
The audience cares.
Here's an idea. For the next episode that you come on the show, you bring a video that you want to expose me to, that you know I've never seen.
Well,
Something out of your.
This be? There are so many videos.
No, what I'm saying is
I love
Stop
to
l-
show, but
here's what I'm saying.
I think you saw them all.
Here's what I'm saying. No, because there's like even today we had this discussion.
You know what comes?
Wait 1 second. So we had this discussion today. Mr. Questionmark and we had this decision, and you guys weigh in on it in the comments. That at one point during the 80s, so we're old enough. But if we reference the 80s, you know we're old enough. You're either Depeche Mode or you're Duran Duran, and I'm like, I have this stance on you cannot even listen to a Duran Duran song if you're in the Depeche Mode camp. So, like things like this, where you know I have never heard it.
I don't know.
Just bring something.
How old are your listeners?
Here's what you do: just send me a WhatsApp. Have you ever heard XY? And if the answer is no, I promise I won't watch it.
Okay, I think.
Let's do that.
I think.
I'll show you something, and you'll show me something. Let's do a back and forth.
Okay,
Let's do that.
let's do that.
You guys, thanks for being here. I love you guys a lot. Big ups to my special guest tonight, Mr. Questionmark, a.k.a. Ziggy Stargast. And we'll be back on this, and I hope you guys will too. Bye-bye.